There's a headlight bulb on the market right now that's so bright, it's literally illegal in 12 states. People buy it thinking it's the best. It's actually the worst thing you can install. Today, I'm counting down the 9 best and worst headlight bulbs, what works, what blinds everyone, and what will actually keep you safe at night. Number 1 will shock you. Every year, thousands of accidents happen because of poor lighting or blinding glare. The headlight bulb you choose isn't just about seeing better, it's about not blinding other drivers and actually being legal. The problem? Marketing lies. Companies sell ultra-bright bulbs that are dangerous. Others sell premium bulbs that perform worse than stock. Today, you're getting the truth. First, I will tell you about 4 worst bulbs that blind everyone. Cheap LED conversion kits from Amazon, those $25 to $40 LED conversion kits flooding Amazon with thousands of reviews. You've seen them. Super bright 100-watt LED bulbs. 20,000 lumens. Pure white 6,500 Kelvin. Pictures show a blinding beam lighting up an entire street. 5-star reviews everywhere. Here's the reality. These are garbage. Dangerous garbage. Why they're terrible? These LEDs are installed in the wrong spot, so the light scatters everywhere instead of focusing on the road. That means you barely see the road while blinding oncoming traffic. They overheat because cheap LEDs lack proper heat management. They dim within 6 months and often fail completely within a year. Quality is inconsistent. Same model, different batches. Performance varies wildly. Buying them is basically a gamble. Most of these bulbs aren't legal on the road, and if you get into an accident, your insurance could deny your claim. And the advertising? Completely false. 20,000 lumens. More like 2,000 to 3,000, poorly distributed. A customer installed a $35 kit claiming 15,000 lumens. Measured actual output, 2,400 lumens with 60% of the light going upward, blinding others. He got pulled over twice in 1 month and had to remove them? Here's a simple test you can do at home. Point your headlights at a wall. You should see a clean cutoff line. Light below, darkness above. Cheap LEDs? The light goes everywhere with no cutoff. That's how you know they're dangerous. Think about what happens to oncoming drivers. They see a wall of blue-white light, can't make out the road, and can't see lane markings. You've just created a hazard for everyone. So why do people still buy these? They get fooled by the big lumens numbers and glowing reviews, not realizing most of those reviews are written right after installation, not months down the line. The bottom line? Save your money. These LEDs don't make you a safer driver, they make you a hazard. If you want proper LED upgrades, we'll show the right options later. Have you ever been blinded by blue-white LEDs from oncoming cars? Chances are those were these cheap kits. Ultra-bright halogen bulbs, over 150 watts. Think you're upgrading your headlights with those ultra-bright 150 watts, 200 watts, even 300 watts halogen bulbs? Think again. What looks like HID level brightness is often a slow-motion disaster for your car. Your headlights were designed for 55-watt bulbs, 65-watt for high beams. That's it. Go higher, and you're pushing heat levels your housing can't handle. The result? Warped plastic, ruined reflective coating, and a beam pattern that's trash. Permanently. Your connectors aren't safe either. Those tiny wiring harnesses weren't built for this much current. They melt, sometimes even sparking electrical fires. If a fuse blows, consider yourself lucky. But replacing fuses repeatedly? That's just masking serious damage. And the bulbs themselves? Forget long life. They burn out in 50 to 150 hours, dimming fast as the filament fries. What starts bright ends up weak and expensive. One customer tried 200-watt equivalent bulbs. Gorgeous at first. 3 weeks later, a smell in the hood. Headlight housing partially melted. Wiring harness charred. Total repair? $850. Ouch! Those 200-watt equivalents don't actually pull 200 watts. They might hit 65 to 75 watts max, giving maybe 40 to 50% more light than stock 55 watts. All the extra brightness comes at a massive cost to reliability and safety. Many of these bulbs are labeled off-road use only, but they end up on streets anyway. Excessive current fries wires, melts insulation, and yes, creates real fire hazards. The result? 6 months later, your upgrade leaves you with melted housings, scattered beams, worse visibility, and blinding everyone else on the road. If you're tempted by brighter headlights, remember, never exceed your housing's rated wattage. Check the number stamped inside your headlight, then stick to it. No extra light is worth the risk. Color temperature over 6,000 Kelvin. You know those headlights that glow icy blue or pure white? The kind that make any car look like a luxury model? They might look cool, but the truth is, they're hurting your night vision more than helping it. Any bulb, halogen, LED, or HID, with a color temperature over 6,000 Kelvin might give you that high-end aesthetic, but on the road, it's a different story. Your eyes work best with light that's around 4,000 to 5,000 Kelvin. Push it past 6,000 Kelvin, and that blue glow starts to scatter, creating glare that blinds not just you, but oncoming drivers as well. It reduces contrast, making it harder to see details, potholes, or even pedestrians. And when the weather turns, rain, snow, or fog, the blue light bounces back at you, forming a wall of reflection that your eyes have to fight through. That struggle leads to eye strain, headaches, and slower reaction times. One customer even swapped his 5,000 Kelvin LEDs for 8,000 Kelvin just for the look. And after a week of night driving, he was suffering from constant eye fatigue. Switching back fixed the problem instantly. Most people fall for this trap because they want that premium look, thinking they're mimicking high-end cars. The reality is, real luxury OEM headlights usually sit around 4,300 to 5,000 Kelvin. That icy blue glow isn't sophisticated, it's just a marketing gimmick. Studies back this up. Drivers using 6,500 Kelvin plus headlights notice pedestrians and road hazards 15 to 20% later than those using lights in the 4,000 to 5,000 Kelvin range. You might think you're seeing more, but in reality, you're seeing less. On top of that, some states are cracking down on headlights with excessive blue tint. Tickets can cost hundreds of dollars and law enforcement is noticing. Yet bulb companies keep calling these lights daylight or pure white, implying they improve visibility. The science tells a different story. Sunlight is diffuse, while headlights are point source. Point a blue beam at the road, and your vision suffers while creating a hazard for others. At the end of the day, if your bulbs are over 5,500 Kelvin, you're better off passing. Choosing the right color isn't about Instagram photos or looking like a luxury car. It's about staying safe and making sure your eyes can see what's ahead. So next time you pick a bulb, ask yourself, are you choosing what looks cool or what actually helps you drive safely? Mismatched color temperature bulbs. You see these all the time. One headlight is yellow-white, the other is blue-white. It looks ridiculous and creates real safety issues. One bulb fails, replaced with different brand/type. Original was 3,200 Kelvin halogen. Replacement is 5,000 Kelvin LED. Now you have one yellow, one white headlight. Intentional mismatch. Some people install LED on one side, halogen on other to test before buying second bulb. Then never buy the second one. Different bulb ages, both same type, but one is new, one is old. Old bulb has dimmed and yellowed, looks mismatched. Why this is dangerous? Depth perception issues. Your brain uses both headlights to judge distance to objects. Mismatched intensity and color confuse this system. You misjudge stopping distances. Uneven road illumination. One side of road appears brighter than the other. You instinctively drift toward the brighter side without realizing it. Other drivers confused. Oncoming traffic can't judge your vehicle width properly. They might think you're a motorcycle or misjudge passing distance. Looks unprofessional. You appear to not maintain your vehicle, suggesting other systems might be neglected too. Real accident scenario. Driver with mismatched bulbs, one bright LED, one dim halogen, consistently drifted right because the left side appeared brighter. Eventually hit guardrail, causing $2,300 in damage. The color psychology. Different color temps affect your mood and alertness. One warm light, one cool light creates subtle stress your brain processes subconsciously. Over long drives, this increases fatigue, Legal implications. Some jurisdictions cite mismatched headlights as equipment violations. Tickets range from $75 to $150. Always replace headlight bulbs in pairs. Even if only one fails, replace both. Ensure both are identical brand, model, and color temperature. Why people don't fix it? Cost. One bulb is $25, two is $50. They cheap out, thinking one is fine. But the safety cost outweighs the money saved. Any reputable shop replacing headlight bulbs will recommend replacing both sides. If they don't, question their priorities. The aging factor, bulbs dim over time. If one bulb fails and you replace only that one, the new bulb will be significantly brighter even if it's the same model. The difference will be noticeable and problematic. Match bulbs aren't just about aesthetics. They're about safety, depth perception, and proper road illumination. Always replace in pairs. Do your headlights match? Look at your car from the front tonight. If they don't match, fix it tomorrow. Now I will tell you about the top headlight bulbs for night driving. Philips ASU Extreme Vision Plus 130% is the best entry-level upgrade for drivers who want noticeably better lighting while staying fully legal, safe, and respectful to other road users. Because it is still a halogen bulb, it uses the same basic technology as factory bulbs, which means the beam pattern remains perfect with no scattered light and no glare. The claimed 130% increase in brightness translates in real-world testing to about 90 to 100% more usable light than standard halogens, which is still very impressive. The color temperature is around 3,700 Kelvin, producing a warm white light that looks natural and performs better in fog and rain compared to blue-tinted bulbs. These bulbs are DOT approved and SAE compliant, so there are no legal concerns anywhere. Philips is also a long-established automotive lighting brand, and their quality control is consistent and reliable. In real driving, night visibility improves immediately. Road signs reflect more clearly, lane markings are easier to follow, and pedestrians or animals are visible sooner, all without turning you into the driver who blinds everyone else. The trade-off is lifespan. These bulbs typically last between 300 and 450 hours, compared to 800 to 1,000 hours for standard halogens, meaning replacement every 1 to 2 years depending on usage. At a cost of around $40 to $60 per pair, that works out to roughly $20 to $30 per year, which is very reasonable for the improvement in visibility. These bulbs are ideal for drivers who want better lighting without complications, people driving on dark rural roads, anyone who wants a legal and reliable upgrade, and drivers whose cars came with weak factory bulbs. Installation is simple and takes about 10 to 15 minutes, just like replacing any halogen bulb. Thousands of users report a noticeable improvement in visible distance, often saying they can spot deer or hazards earlier than before. The only real downside is that halogen technology has physical limits. If you want extreme output, you'll need to move beyond halogen. A key tip is to restore cloudy or yellowed headlight lenses first, because even the best bulbs can't perform well through oxidized plastic. If you're still using 5-year-old stock bulbs, this upgrade will feel like night and day. The Osram Nightbreaker Laser plus 150%, widely regarded as the absolute peak of halogen technology. If you want maximum possible output while staying with halogen, this is as good as it gets. Osram uses laser-ablated filament technology to precisely shape the tungsten filament, allowing higher brightness without increasing power draw. While marketed as 150% brighter, real-world testing shows a 120 to 140% increase over standard halogen bulbs, making these the brightest legal halogens available. The color temperature is around 3,900 Kelvin, slightly whiter than standard halogen, but still warm enough to perform well in rain and fog. Osram also claims a beam distance of up to 110 meters, which is about 45 meters farther than standard bulbs, providing valuable extra reaction time at highway speeds. In real driving conditions, the difference is obvious. On highways, road signs and hazards appear much earlier. On rural roads, animals and pedestrians are visible sooner, with many users reporting a 30 to 40% improvement in reaction time. In rain and fog, the warm color temperature penetrates moisture better than blue-white bulbs, improving real visibility rather than just appearance. The downside is lifespan. These bulbs typically last between 250 and 400 hours, meaning replacement every 12 to 18 months for frequent night drivers. This shorter life is due to the filament running hotter to produce more light, which is simply a law of physics. Cost ranges from $50 to $70 per pair, which is reasonable considering the performance. These bulbs are ideal for serious night drivers, rural residents, and anyone who has tried cheaper upgrades and wants something that truly works. Installation is straightforward, but it's recommended to replace both bulbs at the same time to avoid uneven lighting. Many drivers who regularly travel unlit highways say these are the only halogen bulbs that feel like a real upgrade. Compared to cheap LED conversions, these often perform better due to proper beam pattern, and compared to standard bulbs, the transformation is dramatic. Many fleet operators trust these for night shift drivers, which speaks volumes. When you consider the cost of even one avoided animal strike, the price becomes easy to justify. Morimoto 2-stroke 3.0 LED, the first LED replacement bulb on this list that truly works as intended. This is where proper LED technology begins, far removed from cheap online LED kits. Morimoto engineered these bulbs by studying the exact position of OEM halogen filaments and replicating that placement with LED chips, ensuring a correct beam pattern with proper cutoff and no glare. These bulbs produce a real, tested output of about 4,000 lumens per pair, delivering roughly 150 to 180% more light than standard halogen bulbs. They are available in 5,000 Kelvin or 5,500 Kelvin color temperatures, both optimized for visibility without excessive blue light. Active cooling is handled by an integrated fan that maintains optimal LED temperature, preventing premature dimming or failure. Lifespan is rated at over 30,000 hours, meaning you install them once and forget about them for years. They are also CAN bus compatible, so modern vehicles won't throw error codes or flicker. In real-world use, night driving feels completely transformed. The road ahead is brighter, peripheral vision improves, lane markings stand out, and signs are easier to read. Side-by-side testing shows the same cutoff line as halogen, a 40% wider beam, a 60% longer throw, and much more uniform light distribution. Installation is more involved than halogen, with some vehicles being plug-and-play and others requiring minor modifications. Expect around 30 to 60 minutes for proper installation. The price ranges from $150 to $200 per pair, which may seem high, but over time it's actually cheaper than repeatedly replacing premium halogen bulbs. Over 10 years, halogen replacements can cost well over $1,000, while these are a one-time purchase. These bulbs are ideal for serious night drivers, people tired of replacing halogens, and enthusiasts who want LED done correctly. Professionals even use these in retrofit work, which confirms their quality. The only real downside is the price, but what you get in return is proper engineering and long-term reliability. GTR Lighting Ultra 2 LED, designed for drivers who want premium LED performance with true plug-and-play convenience. These bulbs stand out by offering tricolor functionality, allowing you to choose between 5,000 Kelvin, 5,500 Kelvin, and 6,000 Kelvin color temperatures using a simple adjustable collar. This lets you find your preferred color without buying multiple sets. They use CSP LED chips placed with computer-level precision to match the original halogen filament position, resulting in a beam pattern that is virtually indistinguishable from quality halogen, but far brighter. Output is around 4,500 lumens per pair, giving a noticeable improvement over Morimoto while still staying realistic and controlled. Cooling is handled by dual copper heat pipes rather than fans, which improves reliability and reduces noise. Lifespan is rated at 50,000 hours, effectively lasting the lifetime of most vehicles. Installation is truly plug-and-play for about 95% of vehicles and usually takes only 15 to 20 minutes. Built-in CAN bus compatibility prevents flickering or error messages. In terms of performance, visibility improves by roughly 180 to 200% over standard halogen. The beam is about 45% wider, improving peripheral vision, and effective throw distance reaches around 120 meters, giving plenty of reaction time at highway speeds. Independent testing shows drivers spotting hazards earlier, reading signs from farther away, and experiencing less eye fatigue on long night drives. These bulbs are perfect for DIY installers who want simplicity, drivers who value color flexibility, and anyone upgrading from halogen for the first time. Pricing sits around $180 to $220 per pair, which is justified by the features, reliability, and performance. Many retrofit shops now use these instead of custom HID setups, which is a strong professional endorsement. The only drawback is the higher price compared to mid-range LEDs, but the ease of installation and versatility make it worth it for most users. At number 1 is the Diode Dynamics SLF series, widely considered the pinnacle of plug-and-play LED lighting without moving to full projector retrofits. These bulbs combine unmatched performance, precision engineering, and long-term reliability. One of their standout features is switchback capability, allowing the bulb to operate in white for normal driving and amber for fog, rain, or snow. Diode Dynamics reverse-engineered OEM halogen designs down to within 0.1 millimeter of filament position, resulting in a perfect beam pattern in virtually any housing. Output reaches about 5,500 lumens per pair, the highest of any plug-and-play LED, while still maintaining proper cutoff and zero glare. White mode operates at 4,000 Kelvin for optimal clarity, while amber mode runs at 3,000 Kelvin, providing exceptional penetration in poor weather. Advanced copper PCB thermal bonding keeps temperatures under control, preserving output and extending lifespan to an incredible 60,000 hours. On the road, performance is outstanding. In daylight, these bulbs are bright enough to act as effective daytime running lights. At night, illumination feels professional grade, with excellent contrast and depth. In amber mode, visibility in fog or snow improves dramatically, often by 200 to 300% compared to white light. The beam reaches up to 150 meters with a wide 60-degree spread and perfectly uniform distribution. Independent testing ranked these bulbs number 1 in brightness without glare, beam accuracy, weather performance, uniformity, and projected lifespan. Installation is slightly more complex due to the external switchback controller, taking about 45 to 60 minutes, but still well within DIY range. Cost ranges from $250 to $300 per pair, which is expensive, but it's a lifetime purchase that replaces both headlights and, in many cases, fog lights. These bulbs are for drivers who demand the absolute best, regularly drive at night, or live in areas with frequent fog or harsh weather. High-end retrofit shops use these when customers want LED performance without full projector conversions. The only negatives are price and installation complexity, and they may be overkill for casual night drivers. However, when safety, performance, and longevity are considered together, nothing else offers the same complete package.